So you're probably wondering why there's a new music icon when you update it to iOS 8.4. It's not just a new icon, instead, an entirely new world for Apple. So that entirely new world for Apple is Apple Music. So what's going on YouTube? It's Mike here. Today guys, in this video, we're going to be taking a first look and hands-on at Apple Music. This is Apple's new streaming service that's supposed to basically be something like the Spotify killer. Interestingly enough, I'm running Apple Music here on my iPad mini, and that's because over on my iPhone 6 Plus here, I'm on iOS 9, therefore we've kind of been left in the dust as the developers running iOS 9, and as you can see I still have the old music app icon down there. However, I found a workaround, and now I have my Apple Music playlists on here, but not all the full functionality of Apple Music. We're just going to have to wait until there's a new beta update next week. But that doesn't mean we can't take a look at some of the new stuff in Apple Music. First thing, when you open up Apple Music, you're going to be on this new tab, and you can see right down there with a little star. Basically, this is a feed of everything that's new and going on in the music world. So, for example, Meek Mill's new album, Dreams Worth More Than Money, that just came out, and here's all the tracks there. And it's, again, a simple streaming service, just like that, because I'm subscribed to Apple Music. I could just start playing music, and I can pull it up here, and I can save it into my library, or like it, or share it, or do whatever I want with it. So that's where you'll see everything new in terms of music. Taylor Swift's 1989 album is in here, which is awesome, stuff like that. Now, if I go over to the For You tab, this is where Beats Music really comes in, and as you know, Beats Music was discontinued in favor of Apple Music, and so this is where, you know, the whole music curating and based on what you like and what you listen to and what you have saved in your library, it'll make a ton of recommendations. Now, if we navigate to this radio tab down here, I feel like this is what iTunes Radio should have been when it was introduced with iOS 7. So the first thing that's advertised up here is Beats One, and that is a radio station that is worldwide and always on. Literally, it is on 24/7. It just started yesterday. It's hosted by 3 different DJs, one out of Los Angeles, California, New York City, New York, of course, and one right out of London over in the UK. So it's a pretty interesting thing. I listened for a couple hours yesterday. It's really clear and crisp audio. They really do pick some great tracks, and all you have to do is tap Listen Now. This is available on all devices capable of running Apple Music, and it's as simple as that. And so right now, there's a song on Apple Music from the weekend. This is being broadcasted world live. It's not pre-recorded or played back. It's literally live. And so you can listen there if you want. And then all the other stations that are here, as you can see, these are the stations that I had saved. But this is pretty much the same as it's always been. But of course, the radio tab does still exist. Now, if we navigate to Connect, this is Apple Music Connect. It's kind of an interesting concept. Basically, it's where artists can connect with their followers and listeners. And they can post some exclusive stuff like pictures, video, behind the scenes, unreleased stuff like lyrics or anything of that nature. And it's kind of cool the way it's laid out. I guess this is Apple trying to do Ping over again. And if you remember, iTunes Ping was a major failure. It only lasted for 2 years, and it cut off Facebook integration right at the beginning, which was a big feature. And it just didn't work. And so I think this is Apple's second and hopefully successful attempt at trying to reach the end user and fan of the artist. You can see everything through there about similar artists and all the stuff that they have to post, which is really cool. Now, if you navigate to the Playlist tab, this is basically the same thing that you've had for a while. Playlists and My Music. My Music here has an entire full summary of all the music that I have, of course. Now, this is really cool because with Apple Music comes iCloud Music Library, so between my iPad and my iPhone and my Mac, all of my songs and playlists, whether they're on Apple Music or I bought them on iCloud or I downloaded them from my computer, are all in one place now. It's really, really convenient. And if I go to my playlist here, you can see I have 2 playlists. I have a backup playlist with some of my old stuff, and then my starred playlist, which actually brings over all my stuff from Spotify, which I spent hours reconstructing because I just couldn't get it right. If you follow me on Twitter, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It was just a freaking mess. But now I have all of my stuff from Spotify in one playlist. Now, don't ask me how I did this because there's no tool to easily do it. There's no easy way out. I actually, hand by hand, one by one, all 438 songs in here, I moved over to Apple Music. It was a pain in the ass, but it works now, and I'm just happy about that. And so I can just simply select a song and immediately start streaming, and it is literally fantastic. I'm really happy about it, and you can see it's as simple as that. And I really love the animation of dropping down and up the now playing screen, very similar to Spotify. Really liking that a lot, and I'm looking forward to using it. Over here on my 6 Plus, that's what I was talking about before. As you can see, I have all my music here, and I navigate to the playlist tab, go to my starter playlist. There all of it is, and I can just simply pick a track and start playing as if I had Apple Music, which I guess technically I don't. But as I tweeted on Twitter to a bunch of you guys, I knew the frameworks were going to be laid, and I knew this was going to be something possible. All I had to do was go to Settings and the Music tab in Settings on iOS 9 Beta 2 and just turn on iCloud Music Library. And that framework was already laid, like I said, and as soon as I turned it on, all my stuff from Apple Music moved over here very simply. Now, if you're wondering price tiers and stuff like that, by the way, there's an old iOS 4 on and off switch, kind of cool. Basically, it's very simple. There's an individual 1-month plan, which is $10 a month, and then there's a family, which is $14.99 a month, and that will let you have up to 6 people on your plan, which is the deal breaker, especially for me, since I pay $15 a month for Spotify, and I can only put one person on that, which happens to be my brother. So this is a deal breaker. Now I could add my dad and my mom and whoever else I want, which is a really cool thing. And the first 3 months are free. As you can see, it says my free trial ends September 30th, which is a long way away from now, and then I'll start paying. But that's a really cool thing. If you haven't signed up already, I think you should. Like I said, it's a free 3-month trial. There's no doubt about it. You should sign up and take advantage so you could, try out Apple Music and see if it's for you. So prices are pretty much the same, but with that family thing, it is kind of competitive. Apple wanted to go lower. I remember reading about that, but artists just wouldn't agree, and so I guess this is fine. But there you guys go. That is a first look at Apple Music, at least on iOS. Apple Music is also going to be available across the Apple TV as well as Android, and it is currently available as an update on the Mac and PC known as iTunes 12.2. So if you haven't grabbed that yet, be sure to. But that's it for this video, guys. Thank you for watching. If you liked it, please be sure to leave some comments below on your thoughts. Of course, rate, give this video a thumbs up, and click the subscribe button below. And I'll see you guys in the next video.